Good day to all of you. My name is Glenmore M. Guardian Jr. and
Hi, my name is Jeremy Bourbano of BSED.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy Gatulo Isidro, BSED 4.
Good day, my name is Felicito Leland III, BSED 4 School.
I'm Genesis B. Kulong from BSED 4.
good day to all of you. My name is Glenmore M. Guardian Jr. and today I will discuss about Field Study 2, Episode 12, about selecting non-digital or conventional resources and instructional materials. So at the end of this learning episode, I must be able to first show skills into selection, development, and use of a variety of teaching and learning and resources to address learning goals. Second, show skills in the positive use of non-digital conventional resources and materials for student engagement in teaching and learning. Third, demonstrate positive attitude toward the use of resources and instructional materials. Last, use professional reflections and learning to improve practice. So as you can see, this was the Dale Cone of experience and example of resources and materials. So in the first layer, which is text and verbal symbols, it includes it is usually written words that represent an object or an idea or a principle. Next is reviewer notes, and last was selected readings. So in this first layer, it can be seen our naked eye through by text and some reading materials. So next is visual pictures. It contains charts, graphs, maps, and drawing. So in this second layer, it includes some shapes, objects. Next was audio recording photos. So in this third layer, it includes recorded lectures and audiobooks. So in the recorded lectures, the teacher must be his or her lesson must be recorded, and that recorded lectures must show to his student to be guided in the lesson. Next was motion pictures and TV. So in this layer, it includes biography movies, Greek mythologies, documentaries, educational TV.
Exhibits like painting exhibit, photo gallery, career fair, field trips like the zoo, museum, factory, demonstrations, how to cook bibingka, how to use the microscope, how to wash hands properly. Dramatized experiences like dramatic play, pantomime, puppet, and tableau. Contrived experiences like model of the brain, mock-up of car, simulation of courtroom session, games. Direct and purposeful experiences like tree planting, working with puzzles, performing experiment, running fund drive, has accurate and meaningful content, aligns to the learning objectives of the lessons, elicits students' interest and engagement, is inclusive and free from cultural bias, as developmentally appropriate, fosters critical thinking, appreciation, allows collaboration among learners, flexible for group or self-study, time and cost efficient. Selecting resources instructional materials, the proper of instructional materials or IM. Prepare yourself. Be clear on your lesson learning outcomes. Have a plan on how you will use your IMs. Formulate the questions you will ask. Determine how you will assess learning.
Capture the student's interest and attention. When it comes to lesson planning, we have to capture the student interest, and the activity that we'll provide to them will be interested, and they will participate to our lesson. and communicate the intended learning outcomes, provide scaffolding question to guide them, communicate how the learning will be assured. Yeah, we have to be sure that our students is well learn our lesson plan, and that is the best thing that we can do to them. And ensure that you have the steps well planned out. Ensure that everyone has a good visual and auditory access to the instructional materials. Be ready to answer the students' questions. Here are the follow-up. And encourage students to interact in sharing their experience with instructional materials, their feedback, and insight. So after the lesson plan, we have to be sure that we ask the students if they understand our lesson, and they understand the concept of our IMs that is connected to our lesson plan, and assess the statement of learning outcomes. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Field Study 2, Episode 13. Target your intended learning outcome. Our goal in this episode is to demonstrate our ability to select and use relevant applications to improve both content delivery and students' learning and mastery. As you work on this episode, keep in mind that you are now playing the role of FS students who are helping to select and use apps for more effective teaching and learning. You've gotten closer to transitioning from being a student to being a teacher. Furthermore, always use your capacity to notice what is going well, what is missing, and what is may be improved. The goal is to create the courage to try and commence to continually enhance your talent and skills. The Pedagogy Wheel Model. With Alan Carrington's Pedagogy Wheel Model, teachers have an at-hand reference that ties apps to specific learning outcomes directly connected to modern pedagogies and theories. They can easily sit with the wheel during lesson planning to find tools that will be best aid their students, or use them during class time to extend on or deepen learning towards a specific 21st century skills or connected area. This connection of theory, practice, and application make the pedagogy wheel an invaluable resource that should be on the wall of every classroom. Matt Harris, ed. D. The pedagogy wheel is intended to assist educators in thinking about how they employ mobile apps in their applications in a systematic, cohesive, and long-term big-picture manner. The pedagogy wheel's basic idea is that our educational use of apps should be determined by our pedagogy.
The most significant impediment to online education is unlikely to be technology. The instructors desire educational technology because it may have significant benefits on students' performance, boosting test scores and allowing teachers to measure students' accomplishment more effectively. Beyond the sheer quantity of digital tools available, the same researchers cited inadequate professional development and training as the greatest barrier to utilizing technology efficiently. Understandably, the appearance of coronavirus has hastened the process of integrating EdTech or educational technology, as instructors across the country want to be online as soon as possible. However, as many of our instructors have observed, the current conditions of K-12 learning resembles triage, a type of crisis management rather than professionally managed remote education. With that being said, the SAMR model, or the pedagogy wheel model, divides online learning into 4 stages, which are presented approximately in order of sophistication and transformational powers, namely substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. When transitioning to an online format, teachers frequently focus on the first 2 levels, which involves replacing traditional materials into digital ones, such as converting lessons and worksheets into PDFs files, posting them online, and videotaping lectures, making them available for asynchronous learning. The first one is substitution. It refers to the process of replacing conventional activities and resources, such as in-classroom lectures on paper worksheets, with digital alternatives. There is no significant change to the content, with just the manner in which it is presented has changed. The idea here is to make things as basic as possible. There is no need to reinvent the wheel. Scan your lectures and worksheets, then convert them into PDFs and upload them to Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, or another file sharing site. Consider converting the materials on your boards, such as classroom rules, daily schedules, or vocabulary list, into digital versions that students can quickly access. It may also be beneficial to present both synchronous and asynchronous versions of your courses. If you host classes sessions using video conferencing service like Zoom or Skype, make a recording available for students who are unable to attend. You may also make your own educational movies that students can watch at their leisure. The second one is augmentation. This level entails the incorporation of interactive digital additions and components such as comments, hyperlinks, or multimedia. The curriculum stays similar, but students can now use digital tools to supplement the lecture. Students, for example, can establish digital profiles, portfolios to produce multimedia presentations, providing them more ways to demonstrate their grasp of the topic. In addition, rather than handling out paper quizzes, you can gamify your quizzes using tools such as Socrative or Kahoot. Teachers may also use an app like Padlet to build virtual bulletin boards where students can submit questions, links, and photographs. The third one is modification. At this level, teachers should consider adopting a learning management system such as Google Classroom, Moodle, Schoology, or Canvas to handle the administrative parts of operating a classroom, such as monitoring grades, texting students or informing them, establishing a calendar, publishing assignments. Teaching online brings up a new routes of contact, many of which can benefit previously unprivileged students. According to research, girls are less inclined to speak up in class. Therefore, back-channels alternative discussions may run alongside instruction that encourage involvement may help them. Meanwhile, Zoom's text chat functions allow students to write their questions down, which might feel less invasive if there are dozens of students on the call. Slower paced asynchronous conversation in an online forum or email threads may also assist students who like to collect their views. Then the fourth one is redefinition. At the redefinition stage, learning is fundamentally altered, enabling actions that were previously unachievable in the classroom. Virtual pen pals, for example, may connect the students to different regions, or we say individuality in a sense. Whether with other students or professionally in a topic, students may take virtual field visits to places like Amazon jungle and the Egyptian pyramids. After reading in a book, ask the author to talk about it and answer questions. Technology allows you to bring actual audiences in the virtual classroom and turn your students into publishers. Students may create their own wikis or blogs for public consumption and criticism. And system like pod blogging can connect students from different classes so they can both write and answers. Students can investigate local concerns such as water conditions of the nearby river, and other political issues or world issues happening as we speak. Students can also connect through their vari to their var- The last one is redefinition. At the redefinition stage, learning is fundamentally altered, enabling actions that were previously unachievable in a classroom. Virtual pen pals, for example, may connect the students into different regions, or should we say their individuality, that separates them, harmonizing their relationship, whether with other students or professionally in a certain topic. Students may take virtual fields visits to places like the Amazon jungle, the Egyptian pyramids, and other places that they cannot reach through face-to-face classes. After reading a book in a class, ask the author to talk about it and answer questions to more grasp the essence of the story that they read. Technology allows you to bring actual audiences into virtual classroom and turn your students into publishers. Students may create their own wikis or blogs for public consumption and criticism for their own growth as an individual or a student. And systems like quad blogging can connect students from different classes so they can post, write, and answers. Students can investigate local concerns such as water conditions of a nearby river and other political issues and world issues happening as we speak. Students can connect through online classes more effectively and invite people to the community to evaluate their digital suggestions.